So your goal is always to become a police
Oh
officer,
yeah.
but why'd you end up eventually leaving corrections and getting hired on with
You
San
know what?
Diego?
What ended up happening? I was supposed to when I went to Donovan State Prison. I opened that prison, and I was supposed to go to the security squad. And the security squad, that's their special investigative unit. And there was a lot of politics with the warden at the time, and I was really disillusioned because I was literally scheduled to go to the it's called the security squad, and I was they picked somebody else
Mm,
that didn't have the knowledge that I had.
okay.
So that was one. But also at the same time, I met my mentor at the time was Carlos Chacon. He's in the book Lines and Shadows. He was working prison gangs at the time. And one of the things that I've always been very good at, I think I was born with this. This is something you learn, but you do learn it. People can, but I was born is to turn informants to not turn informants, but to have people trust you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Have people to cultivate informants. And working for the Department of Corrections, I had informants like you cannot believe. And when he was working the Ayala, Ronnie and Hector Ayala triple homicide, I had informants in prison that were giving me up to date information. I was giving it to Carlos Chacon. He was working San Diego PD, criminal intelligence. He was one of the case agents in charge of that. So him and I, even though we grew up together, he was much older than me. I would always hear about him. And the guy's a legend with the San Diego PD prison gang unit, Carlos Chacon. He recruited me to go to San Diego PD.
Mm.
And when this happened with the security squad, it was God sent. Because if I would have stayed, I never would have had the opportunity to work on the streets and to really become a cop on the streets.
Yeah.
I'm not saying corrections isn't. Corrections to me, all it was a springboard.
Yeah.
Working New Life was a springboard to corrections and corrections for the PD. When I got to the PD, I had so many I cultivated. Now I had informants in prison, and now I had informants on the street. And wherever I go, I developed informants. And then going to in Mexico, I still have informants in Mexico.
Mm.
So I think that it was a progression.